Hello there, I'm here again for the another videos about the purchase modules. All the company requires a perfect price from the vendors. So a company has multiple vendors and that is really good advantage for the competitions. So to bring out that competitive spirit, Flectra has an option called call for tenders. So before getting an offer from all the vendors, we have the options and get a perfect price to purchase the products before using that. While using this call for tenders, Flectra has a really good options on that, and for that we can have a save the time, and you do not need to contact vendors separately by using them. So let's see how we can see our database. So let's gonna say see how we can. So let's see. Let's go on the purchase modules. So as we go on the purchase module, before starting that, I'm going to go on the configurations for the setting to have the agreements of the purchase. So as we already selected in our database a purchase agreement, so I'm going to select agreement types. Also you have can select an options from here for the configuration, which is purchase agreement types. So I'm going to select from over here. So as you can see in our database, it is already over here as a default, which is call for tenders and the blanket order. I do talk about in blanket orders in the next video. So but let's select for call for tenders first. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to add it on that. Of course, the agreement type would be the call for tenders. Below that, we have the options, which is agreement select type, which is first if you do have that select option just to one RFQ. So it's gonna select if I have the another order. When I say confirm the RFQ as a purchase order, it will cancel the rest of the others. I can also select a multiple RFQ as well. So even though if I select a purchase order and confirm it, and it's still over there, so it no one cancel it. But let's see, we can select just exclusive. On the right hand side, we have the data. How like we can data for the quotations we can use on that. So we do have the like lines of the agreement, and also we can do have the manually as well. But let's say select use of line agreements and for the quantity as well. So of course it saves the times for me. So yeah, let's save on that. So I'm gonna do the purchase order, purchase agreement. I'm gonna go on orders and create a new call for tender purchase order. So yeah, the purchase representative is myself, Michelle. So I'm gonna agreement type would be the call for tenders. We do have the other options, which is agreement deadline, ordering date, delivery date. So you can select. But the main part, what as I'm looking for, which is to add the product. So I'm gonna add the product. So I'm gonna order a office lamp. I'm gonna select office lamp for that. I'm gonna select a one quantity and I'm gonna save it to confirm that. So it's gonna create it. I'm gonna do another quotations purchase. I can create a new quotations for that, as I can select it directly. So I have to choose a vendor. So it will be a short interior branded free man. So as you can see, the product is already there. As you see, I'm not going to select a unit price over here as I'm looking for the vendors to select on that. So I'm going to send it by email. Once I confirm that, I'm going to send it by email. So I'm not going to choosing the unit price. So that will be, it is up to vendor to offer me the select unit price. So yeah, I'm going to create another tender order. For another new quotations will be the from the another vendors. So let's select that will be the deco addict. So I'm gonna choose that same, and I'm gonna save it and send it by email, as we do not need to add the product as we already selected, and we do not need for the unit price. So yeah, as we selected to purchase order, so I'm gonna go on the purchase agreement. So as we know that was already over here, as you can see the two new quotations would be over here. But before that I need to validate on that, because if I don't need, I know now that I am not going to request another new quotation from another vendors. So I'm going to validate for this before using that RFQ smart buttons. So yeah, I'm going to validate the two quotations would be over here. So now yeah, you can also create a new quotations. As you can see, first we created it was draft, then we were confirmed. Now it's going for the build selections. So I'm going to use for the RFQ smart button. So once I click on that, as you can see that we don't have the U price from that. So let's select each of that. So I'm going to, for the first vendor, I'm gonna say that the office left Azure interior, they are offering me for the $15. So I'm gonna save it on that. Also I'm going to see that what about the deco addict they're gonna offer me. So let's say they have offered me $10 for the unit price. So I'm gonna save it that. So let's see on the back on the overview of the purchase request quotations. As you can see, the one is 10 and 15. So you can see the its differences already. Can you identify? Let's say if I'm not in the office, if someone calls in my office, they can easily see that okay, this vendor deco addict will be a preferable to confirm that orders. So that's how you can save the time. You don't need to contact vendors separately. So I'm gonna choose the deco addict and I'm gonna confirm the orders. So once I confirm the orders, it will directly reflect on my request quotations overviews. As you can see, the Azure Interiors quotations standard order will be cancelled. So it's cancelled by automatically as I'm selected over here. So as it's very easy on that, so I'm gonna reset on that. So it's very easy. You can receive the products as you see RFP request confirms. So I'm gonna receive the products. As you can see that if I'm going back to on my purchase agreement, or let's say the purchase orders on the main dashboard menus, as you can see we have already created the deco addict and its purchase order is confirmed. So that's how you select that, and the rest of the other RFQs has been cancelled. So it's really easy and convenient. You can easily save your time. So yeah, that's how it is. So we're gonna see you again in the another videos. Have a good night.